Greetings, I am Tara with Studio T, Resources for the Reluctant Yogi. And we are here maybe as part one or part two, depending on where you decided to start, of our journey to come up with a guiding statement and some principles for 2021. Now, why I do this almost 3 weeks into January 2021? Well, there is a phenomenon that about 3 weeks into anything that we start, we reach some resistance and we start to falter. And it is a really great time to reach out, maybe get a little support, or maybe reconfigure what we're considering as our go-to fundamental grounding for what we want to bring into our lives for this year, or how we want to, what we're being called to do, right? How are we being called to act in the world this year? So what do you need? I've got a little chair over there, but you may have something more comfy, like a couch. I put a little cushion on there. I've got a blanket. And because of that height, I've got 2 blocks to support my feet so I can feel really nice and grounded. I also have a journal, my eyes, because I can't read without them, and a writing utensil. Okay? So if you haven't had a chance to gather those things or get settled, go ahead and pause the video, and then I'll meet you when you're ready. Otherwise, if you're all set, I'll see you over there, and we'll get started. All right, so getting cozy and finding a good seat. You can see that this is my nice Minneapolis St. Paul blankie, the map of Minneapolis and St. Paul, nice and cozy. And with our journal in hand and our writing utensil, let's take on this first piece. So somewhere in your writing field, little number 1 and 4 blank spaces. Number 1 and 4 blank spaces. And I will read you the question, and then your answers will go into those 4 spaces. What activities bring me a sense of contentment, purpose, or a sense of being in the flow of life? What activities bring me a sense of contentment and purpose, or a sense of being in the flow of life? Like when you what do you do and you just kind of lose a sense of time and space? You lose concern and worry, and you just feel the most like you. What activities bring a sense of contentment, purpose, and being in the flow of life? And just let those things bubble up. Don't let the thinking mind get too involved. I'll give you about another little bit here. You can also, if you're feeling rushed, pause the video and take a little more time. Letting the breath be nice and steady while you're letting the body really speak through your words. Let your heart come and speak through. Question number 2. Same thing. 4 spaces. You don't need to fill all 4, but you need at least 2. All right? 4 spaces. Question number 2. When I am in the flow, I feel. When I am in the flow, I feel. So how would you describe that state of being? What comes up for you? Again, at least 2 words, up to 4. Descriptive, feeling words for how those activities, what those activities bring to your sense of being. And again, if our brain starts to seize up, just come back to the breath. Letting it be slow and steady, and then maybe something will arise. Okay, question number 3. Again, 4 little blank spaces. Minimum of 2 completed, but up to 4. Question number 3. What are the qualities or attributes that you most admire in your mentors or wisdom figures? Really? Sophia's ready to be involved. What are the qualities or attributes that you most admire in your mentors or wisdom figures? And write at least 2 of those down, if not 4. I'll read it one more time. What are the qualities or attributes that you most admire in your mentors or wisdom figures? And then the last question, question number 4. And this time, just 2. Just 2 spaces. What are you most passionate about? Or maybe so I stay in the context here. What am I most passionate about? What am I most passionate about? And perhaps these are also related to the qualities that you admire in your mentors and your wisdom figures, right? What are you really passionate about? Really lights that fire. Makes you want to get up and out of bed in the morning. Filling in those 2 things, whatever bubbles up. And then on another sheet of paper, or on the opposite side, we're going to write our guiding principle. So you can go ahead, write that up, guiding principle. This is going to be kind of like our little mad-lib for 2021. I don't know if everyone remembers those, but. So guiding principle. In 2021, I will practice line, open space, and line, open space, to foster line, open space, and line, open space in the world. Guiding principle. So, in spaces, the first 2 spaces will be 2 of your words from number 3. So go ahead, look at number 3. What qualities or attributes you most admire in your mentors and wisdom figures, and pick 2 of them that just jump out at you and put them in to your guiding principle statement. those first 2 slots. And then the second 2 slots will be from question number 4. What are you most passionate about? Taking those 2 things, or maybe it's just one thing, and putting it in that sentence. That will fill in to foster in the world. Wonderful. So I will just read you mine to give you a sense of what that sounds like. My guiding principle for 2021. I will practice kindness and clarity of speech to foster a sense of welcoming and accessibility in the world. That's what I came up with. Now, embedded in that, because we are going to do an iRest practice, embedded in that is your intention. There's always this part in iRest that we come to where we have our intention. So your intention is number 3. Your answers to number 3. So the way we write an intention is as though it's already true, real, happening, right? I am kind and clear was how I shifted that, right? So kindness and clarity of speech. I am kind and clear in my relationships. So for you, it might be in my work, in my life, in my marriage, in my fill in the blank there, right? So your intention comes from your guiding principle. It's number 3. I am blank and blank. You may have to slightly change your guiding principle words of number 3 to fit in. I am blank and blank in my relationships or in my work, in my life. So we start with that principle. That's how we're going to get there. And then we go to our guiding statement and ultimately our heartfelt mission. Okay, so maybe another piece of paper or farther down. Maybe you don't need another piece of paper. Just come farther down on your sheet. Guiding statement. In 2021, I pledge to blank space and blank space because they remind me that I am blank space and blank space. So, guiding statement. In 2021, I pledge to, and what goes in there in space, those first 2 spaces are number 1s. 2 of your answers to number 1. Question number 1, what activities bring me a sense of being in the flow of my life? Because they remind me that I am, blank space, fill in, words from number 2, the 2 things that most resonate with you, 2 things from your answer to question number 2. Okay. From that guiding statement, for our iRest practice, we're going to tease out our heartfelt mission. And our heartfelt mission comes from the answers that we used for number 2, question number 2. When I'm in the flow of my life, I feel, right? And we state our heartfelt mission, again, as an I am statement, as though it's already happening, already manifesting here and now. Heartfelt mission, I am blank and blank. Your 2 answers to number 2. Okay. So again, I'll just read you mine so you get a sense of this. In 2021, I pledge to teach and hand build things because they remind me that I am connected and peaceful. And then my heartfelt mission is I am connected and peaceful. Right? So we use the iRest statements of intention and heartfelt mission. We use those to plant the seed when we're in that state of relaxation that meditation brings, the guided meditation will bring, hopefully. We use that. We've tilled the soil to plant the seed, I am. And in that tilling, we set the stage for things to manifest and grow, even in our resistance, even in our reluctance. The more we practice, the more these I am statements come up to meet the challenge of our own resistance. That's the beauty of it. So, before we go on, take just a moment and read your heartfelt mission statement 3 times. I am. Your heartfelt mission 3 times. I am. And then your intention statement. Also, I am. And then a clarification in what aspect of your life, your relationships, your work. Good. So now, let's tend to the garden, till the soil, plant the seed. So go ahead and set your things aside. Get comfortable. Get cozy. And we're definitely wanting to bring a space where the energy of our own body can flow more clearly. So you may want to bring a prop behind your back. We're not going to do a long session here, just about 15 minutes of connecting and breathing and planting. So finding a good seat, letting ourselves settle in and just notice the support under our feet. Maybe it's underneath our hips, the support of the chair, behind our backs. Maybe even wiggling our toes, just really using our senses here to be present in the here and now. Maybe opening our ears to the sounds around us. Maybe even our eyes to the shadow and light that may be playing behind our eyelids. And just even the sensations of breath moving in and out of the nostrils. And let us begin with a body scan, a momentary pause at several places around our body. Again, we're not trying to fix or change anything. We're just allowing the present moment to be experienced in those places, just noticing what's happening there. Let's start with our mouth. Noticing the sensations around the lips and the jaw. The inside of the mouth. Even sensations in the teeth and gums. The whole inside of the mouth. And maybe we start to notice the cheeks, the inside of the right cheek, the left cheek, and then the skin on the outside, connecting to the space around our ears, around our eyes. Sensations in the forehead, wrapping around through the scalp. Connecting back in through the jaw and the mouth, the whole head. Gently aware and awake of the sensations there. The inside of the throat and neck. The right shoulder. Deep inside the right shoulder. Moving through the arm, all the way down to that very center of the right palm. And maybe we begin to notice the whole right hand. All the way connecting that right hand to the entire right arm and right shoulder. As one field of sensation. And the left shoulder. Deep inside that joint. Connecting down through the arm, the left arm, to the very center of the left palm. letting that awareness broaden out to the whole left hand. And connecting that little universe of sensation back up through the entire left arm. And then can we feel both arms together? One field. Many sensations. Possibly inviting a nice breath and noticing sensations in the chest, the upper back, the whole circumference of the ribs, the low back and the low belly, our whole torso. One field. Many breaths. And alive with sensation. Let's let our awareness move down the legs, all the way down into the feet. Can we notice the inner arches of our feet? The spaces between our toes. The support underneath our feet. And connecting that all the way back up into the body, the torso, the breath, the shoulders and hands and the whole head, till we can feel our entire body. Now maybe vibrating gently with our awareness, tuned in to the aliveness that's there. And then allowing ourselves to come back to the breath. And just allowing it to be as it is, no need to fix or change it. But allow ourselves to ride that little ebb and flow. It may be very subtle for you right now. It may feel a little bigger and bolder. But that gentle and soft expansion and contraction of reaching out and drawing back in. Can you feel yourself as you breathe, reaching outwardly as you exhale? Beyond the skin, beyond our boundary. And then as you inhale, bringing that spaciousness in towards the center. Exhaling, expanding out in all directions, below, above, Each inhale, drawing back into the base of our heart. Each exhale, expanding back out. In front. And next exhale, behind. Next exhale out to the right. And allowing that spaciousness to draw back in to the base of the heart on the inhale. And gently exploring out to the left on the exhale. Let's take several more breaths here, expanding out in all directions. And then inhaling back into our center at the base of the heart. Let's gently keep this ebb and flow going of expansion on the exhale and gently drawing in on the inhale. Gently let your guiding statement come to mind. I am. As you inhale, I, and as an option, as you exhale, am, and your words. Inhaling, I. Exhaling and expanding and adding your guiding words. Your heartfelt mission. Let it sink in to that tilled earth. Planting that seed. And tending to it with the breath. And bringing our attention now to our guiding principle or our intention. also an I am statement. So again, on our next inhale, drawing in towards our center, and exhaling M and our words in addition to relationship, work, or life. Allow the whole body to draw in on the inhale, I. Exhaling, expanding out in all directions, M. Your words, your intention, and in what aspect of your life you are placing that intention. Your relationships, your work, or your life. And tending to your statement with the ebb and flow of your breath. And now letting our statements just be in that nourishing environment and tune ourselves to what being here feels like. Can we step back into this sense of being, of simply I am? And rest there. Beginning to let our senses come back inward, noticing the sounds around us, the sensations under our feet, the support of the chair, the support of our gentle breath. And just trusting in those seeds that were planted, that they will grow to support our guiding statements. They will show up when we need them to be in the world in the way that is most deeply aligned with our own heart. And as you're ready, just gently starting to open the eyes and maybe just letting the outer world in briefly, and then closing eyes again to just reconnect with sensation of this place, this peacefulness, whatever it is for you, and then holding on to it even as we let the outer world, the visual world in. Can we maintain that sensibility in our bodies? Thank you for joining me in that little exercise. I hope that it has brought maybe a new illumination to what you are wanting to bring with you into 2021 from deep inside outwardly. From my heart to yours, namaste. Please take these moments if you would like to journal a little bit, if that is your thing. Or maybe you are ready to just rest and enjoy the vibe. We'll see you next time with Studio T.